Mr. Johnny Moore, thank you for speaking with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Moore, given the growing chaos in Gaza over the past few weeks, the humanitarian hubs barely function. Isn't it fair to say today this whole idea, this huge project, has failed?
Of course it hasn't failed. I mean, how could delivering 100 million meals to the people of Gaza over the course of 2 wars every single day, while the United Nations, by the way, wasn't delivering nearly 1,000 trucks of their own food sitting inside the Gaza Strip? I mean, failure is not what I would call GHF. I would call failure the fact that 90% of the World Food Program trucks are intercepted or diverted by the time they get into the Gaza Strip. But also, I think this whole conversation, is what failing and what's succeeding is a distraction anyhow. We all need to sit around a table and decide to work together to solve these issues. GHF wants to do that. It's the UN that refuses to do it to this day. Hopefully that's changing after the President of the United States made it quite clear twice, today and yesterday, that he expects the world to work together with America.
It's very clear that Hamas is to blame here, and you're operating in the middle of the war, but you hear the claims around the world that there's a starvation in Gaza. President Trump said today there is real starvation, and you can't fake that. Do you agree with him?
2 things can be true at the same time. There can be acute food insecurity, even starvation, and on the same token, there could be a Hamas-linked disinformation campaign in order to promote famine as a negotiating tactic. And I think both are true at the same time. One of the reasons why we were calling actually and support profoundly more aid going into the Gaza Strip is because we were never designed to meet the whole need to begin with. We've always said from the very beginning, our job is not to replace any organization. It's to subsidize these efforts and make sure that we can prove that this can be done without the mass diversion of food to Hamas. But both things can be true at the same time. There are some people starving in Gaza. There's acute food insecurity in Gaza. And Hamas, frankly, with the UN sitting on their side of the negotiating table, decided to use this concept of famine as a negotiating tactic.
So as of today, while I'm sitting talking to you now, is there enough food that you are distributing now?
Everyone needs more resources and more food to meet the need. And if you want to see the best evidence that the system is broken and that the existing system should learn a lot from GHF, just look at the images that you're seeing now. And you can look at them, by the way, at our X page, GHF updates. We just put the receipts there so people can see it. I mean, the UN system it's not only that too much food can get to Hamas in order to prolong this war. That's a political and military objective. That's not our objective. We're not a political organization. We're a nonprofit that exists to feed people. What we're more concerned about is the way Hamas uses food to oppress the people of Gaza that we meet with every single day.
Mr. Moore, would you able to share whether President Trump discussed the situation with you recently? Does he still believe in the concept of these humanitarian hubs?
It's not only clear today, it's been clear from the very beginning. I mean, we operate because on May 5th, the president was enraged. He said it at a press conference in the White House that Hamas was stealing food from the people of Gaza. He said yesterday his concerns about Hamas being able to steal food because of the incumbent system, which we exist to demonstrate that there's a different way to do this and we can help solve this problem. We've had and we continue to enjoy the support not only of the White House and the Department of State, but we actually enjoy the support of a lot of people in the existing humanitarian aid system that are really, really angry that their leaders are posing as humanitarians when they're actually politicians.
You've previously stated the UN refused to cooperate with you. You said the UN is acting like a mafia. Has anything changed on that front?
It's not just they refused to cooperate with us. They actively boycotted us and threatened people in countries for working with us. As I said, we would have a much bigger, we already have a huge operation, be a much bigger operation had we not faced this. We hope this will change with the United Nations, given the president's comments. The U.S. is getting more and more fed up. And even in our case, we have profound disagreements with the UN. They're very, very unhappy with us publishing videos and information. It's their own information. I mean, the fact that 90% of the World Food Program trucks are intercepted, we didn't make that number up. It's from their own public disclosures. We also posted it on our X page. They say none of this happens. We have the receipts and we publish it. It makes them angry. We can put our differences aside because the people of Gaza need it. But we keep our hand extended and they don't take it. But it's not just that they don't take it. They play these political games. They will offer us meetings with people who can't make decisions. It's a tactic probably to take the pressure off. And by the way, the lead humanitarian official in the United Nations, who has laundered all kinds of Hamas propaganda, including a piece of propaganda that was in the manifesto of a domestic terrorist that killed 2 Israeli diplomats in Washington, D.C. The lead humanitarian official of the United Nations refuses to meet with us, despite the fact that on multiple occasions, our ambassador to the United Nations has asked him to do so.
Mr. Johnny Moore, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thanks for having me.